This edition of Scuba Nation is brought to you by Best Western, the official hotel of Scuba Nation. Cressy dive gear since 1946. Sea Life underwater cameras. Shipyard Brewery is a proud sponsor of Scuba Nation. Born in Maine, brewed in Florida.
Arghhh, it's time to search for booty and plunder with Mel Fisher Treasures. Advances in technology is making it easier to find the remaining millions still underwater. If you have the spirit and passion to become a Mel Fisher Expedition Member, you too can help find the next mother lode next on Scuba Nation.
Who is Scuba Nation? Billy C., Boston born and raised.
What are we doing? What are we doing?
Bitch and Mitch, Southern boy. And every other diver on the planet. So join us as we travel the globe exploring Mother Ocean. Welcome to Scuba Nation. One nation underwater. Presented by Leisure Pro. Visit leisuropro.com for all your diving and snorkeling needs.
Billy C., we are in Key West again. Mel Fisher Treasure. You know, Mel, back in 1985, discovered the mother lode just off the coast here. Now they have all these great folks here for Division Week.
Division Week is when investors come from all over the world to come down here, celebrate treasure hunting, and get their bling, get their booty. We're gonna celebrate technology too, and this thing's like 80 pounds, dude.
And of course, we always got some yummy treasure diving coming up this time on Scuba Nation.
So Kim, part of the story of your father's find is one of the ways they found the Atocha site, what it had to do with a longboat. Tell me about that.
Well, when the Spaniards salvaged the Margarita, they had their salvage camp here on the Marquesas. And the records told us that it was 5 hours rowing in a longboat from the Marquesas to the Atocha site. So we had to figure out how far can we row in a longboat in 5 hours, and then which direction, right where it told which direction, there was a wormhole in the paper, so we didn't know which direction to go.
Wow.
But yeah, this was where they had their headquarters, and they looked on and off for 60 years.
60 years, the Spanish looking for it, and but that was the clue that your dad used.
So we had to search all the way around the whole island.
But you knew it started here.
Yeah, we got lucky though. The first thing we found was the galleon anchor right out here, and we found it within the first year after we moved down here.
That's crazy. It's literally a needle in a haystack.
Yeah, it is.
You know, the most amazing aspect of this story is that they have recovered less than half of the treasure that are on the manifests. And they have found loot that's not even on the manifest. So that's contraband. So half of the stuff's still out there. There's additional contraband out there. So yeah, there's still a lot of treasure to be found. You know, if you want to get involved with this and become an investor, it's still a great time to do it. Become part of the salvage operation.
Division Week, this is diving on the Atocha is number 2 thing on my bucket list. Finding treasure is what I'm into. If it wasn't for shipwrecks, I don't think I'd still be a diver.
Well, it's a great time of year. It's really busy for all of us on the staff here. All of our investors, most of them come down, and we have different events every night, you know, so we make it fun. And we schedule appointments throughout the week where the investors can come and get their share of what was recovered last year. Some of them got to come down with wheelbarrows, you know, to take it all home.
We had come down to Key West previously, gone through the museum, you know, and we really didn't know that you could get as involved to go out and look for emeralds or to dive. We talked about it a little bit, and the next time we came down, we ended up joining and becoming members.
Ken, welcome to Division Week. It's a pleasure having you here. And I wanted to just present and talk a little bit about this silver coin that you're going to be walking home with. So this is what the Spanish call the Cabo de Vera, which most folks know as a cob coin. It's hand struck, which means that no two are alike. And this one is really, really cool because if you look real close here, there's a little letter Q, and that tells us that who the assailer was. And by knowing who the assailer was, we can date this coin. So we know this coin was probably minted sometime between 1613 and 1616. This is the real cool thing about these being hand stamped. If you see, this one had a broken die, which meant that when they stamped this coin, the die was broken because you can see the shield is almost in two pieces. And if you flip it around, we've got a really nice cross side to it, so congratulations on your coin.
Well, thank you very much. This is a piece of treasure that I've been waiting to get.
Today's the day.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
I don't want to buy it just to have it. I want to find it. For me, it's going to be pictures and stories to tell for the rest of my life. Hey, treasure's always cool.
It's like family.
Yeah, it is.
So many people.
We've met a lot of people. We have a lot of fun. No, it is kind of a family thing. It's a lot of fun. We see people year after year that we've met and known and developed a relationship.
The Mel Fisher Museum in Key West is a great way to see all the treasure they have discovered over the years. You can also purchase your own piece of Mel's dream to take home with you.
Members also get the chance to salvage on sites and look for emeralds and golds and silver and all kinds of great treasure hunting.
If you're thinking about investing, you should do it now. Because, we might go out there tomorrow and find that chest of emeralds. And once we find the big pile, then I'm not going to let anybody else invest, I mean, I'm cutting it off.
It's over.
When we hit it, it's over. So if you're going to get in now. It's a lot of fun. We have the business part of it, but we make it a fun event. We have a big party at the end of it all, and everybody has a good time.
Stay with us. Treasure diving travels into the future. Coming up next.
It's your chill time. Let's go.
Shipyard Export is the beer that built Shipyard Brewing Company. Thank you, Export, for bringing families and friends together for over 22 years. For all the good times, special memories, and moments still to come. We toast the beer that's always been there and always will be.
Thanks, Export!
Shipyard Export, the beer that built Shipyard Brewing Company.
At Leisure Pro, you can shop with peace of mind, with the best return policy in the industry. Did you use your product but still want to return it? No problem. You will receive full store credit for that new equipment you have your eye on. You can return any item for a full refund within 60 days, so go ahead and shop with ease of mind. Leisure Pro and worry-free returns.
Today's Best Western has a new perspective. It's exciting, contemporary, and inviting. Both worldly and local. Stylish and smart and more rewarding. Wherever life takes you, Best Western is there. Book now at bestwestern.com.
It's your chill time. Let's go.
This edition of ScubaNation is brought to you by Maris Dive Gear. Just add water. The Florida Keys and Key West. Come as you are. Greater Fort Lauderdale. Hello, Sunny. Thanks for staying with us. We're going to explore the future of treasure diving at Mel Fisher Treasures.
There's a lot of new technology emerging for treasure hunting. The future is looking very bright for finding more treasure for Mel Fisher Expedition members.
We've got some new gold and silver detectors, so we're able to see further into the mud than we've ever been able to see before. So that's exciting, you know. Before, you know, you could see like maybe 28 inches. Now we can see like 6 feet, and that's getting better. We've got a new version coming out. It's not out yet, but we hope to put that to work soon.
The first event of Division Week is the kickoff party at the museum. It's a family affair with the expedition members, and we were told about the latest member of the Mel Fisher treasure family, a submersible named Dolores.
Oh, the future of treasure hunting is very exciting, man. We've got the vehicle Dolores. She's an autonomous underwater vehicle. So that means we can fly her down along the seafloor with tether attached, fiber optic tether, and we can see in real time all the data coming in from Dolores. We have a killer metal detector on the front of it now. It's very cutting edge technology, so that allows us to see really deep into the sea floor for gold and silver. Unlike magnetometers and the typical salvage search equipment that can only find ferrous metals, you know, iron stuff like this big galleon anchor here. You know, Dolores can find all these different metals very deep in the seabed. So that's what we're looking for on the Atocha. The rest of the silver bars, the rest of the coin chests, you know, 10 bronze cannons still missing, huge, you know, 10-foot long bronze cannons. Well, it takes Mel Fishers from, you know, the past methodologies that we've used, you know, using the mailboxes like you saw today, excavating areas on the site, into pinpoint accuracy for specific targets that we're looking for. So it saves us a lot of excavation on the site, you know, so it's much more efficient. Those holes take an hour at least to dig, and then say along the mud trail down by the Atocha Main Pile area where we think most of the treasure is still at. You know, it takes, in that hour, you only get down about 6 inches in that hard mud bottom, and that stuff's like concrete, you know what I'm talking about. Yep. So it's very hard to dig. So even with that, you dig it for an hour, a lot of diesel fuel, a lot of time, then the guys go down and search it with regular handheld metal detectors, and they're still not close enough to the artifacts that are buried deep in that mud to detect it. So we've probably been over a lot of treasure and just missed it because we can't get deep enough. So with Dolores and the new metal detector, the new EM system we have on it, that's going to allow us to see down through all that mud and pinpoint targets. All of those screens on the Dare, that's the control center for Dolores, you know, with all the monitors. Each monitor has a job, whether it's viewing video on the big screens or the smaller screens are used to actually fly Dolores with the joysticks and control systems. And you can see on the screen where she's flying because we have tracking systems on it, all the latest technology to get good position underwater, which is another big problem. It's very hard to get accurate GPS underwater. You don't have a GPS antenna on the surface like you do on a ship. So we have to use a USBL system, a tracking system that tracks her to within a meter on the seafloor. So our targets are very accurate.
And Dolores is going to play a huge role as they look for the next mother lode. This is like a whole new set of eyes and ears underwater that goes deeper and farther than any human could ever look.
So while we have the Atocha Margarita still here in Key West that we're working, and there's plenty of treasure to be found, we're looking for new wrecks. This one we're looking at on the northeast coast of Florida is codenamed the Lost Merchant.
It's much older than the Atocha. We expect a lot more gold on it. You know, Atocha was primarily silver. I mean, there's a lot of gold on the Atocha. But this older wreck, we expect a lot of gold and probably a lot of pre-Columbian artifacts since it was so early.
It's another Spanish galleon, but it sank in much deeper water. It's another reason why we built Dolores, to go deeper. She can go down to 3,000 feet. So we've been up there surveying, checking targets, looking for this new wreck. We're using the side scan sonar that's built into the side of Dolores. It's high-resolution sonar that gives us an image of the sea floor like you couldn't believe. You could see small items on the sea floor, pick them out. So as we go, we will not miss it.
There was probably going to be some of the, you know, the stuff made by the indigenous people of the Americas. So that's going to be a really exciting wreck, and we got about 40% of that search box done. We're going to go up there this summer and hit it hard and find that big pile of gold.
Well, I think for new investors, it's, you know, the new generation, new technologies. You know, now we shouldn't have to take 16, 17 years to find a target, right? So we're using this new technology to make it more efficient, you know, close in those gaps, find those shipwrecks much more efficiently.
While in Key West, ScubaNation stays at the Best Western Key Ambassador Resort Inn. Convenient to everything in Key West, they also offer a gorgeous pool area complete with a cheeky bar with fantastic specials. Book now at keyambassador.com. Stay with us. More treasure hunting coming up next.
Sing it, don't worry about a thing, 'cause every little thing is gonna be alright.
There's a paradise created for two people in love, where everything's included, so you don't have to worry about a thing. No worry, no problem.
Sing it, don't worry, 'cause every little thing is gonna.
Call 1-800-SANDALS and save up to 65%.
The Florida Keys are home to a protected 2,800 square mile national marine sanctuary, an abundance of wrecks, and over 6,000 different species. But whether you're a diver or a snorkeler, there's always room for one more.
Billy C, I cannot believe this reef safe mask department. I mean, my mask never popped up once.
Mitch, Reef Safe is known for more than just sun care products, my man.
Wow, that's what I'm talking about.
Reef Safe, keeping our beaches beautiful.
Shh, I thought they were mermaids.
Struck out again.
Sun responsibly. Protect your skin from the sun's burning rays and help protect our ocean and its inhabitants. Scientifically proven non-toxic to corals and sea life. Shop Leisure Pro for all your diving and snorkeling needs. We make it easy to shop for the products you want with our product categories and navigation. Shop our weekly specials on our easy-to-use product pages. Chat with our experts and read product reviews to make sure the product you want is the product you're looking for. Our outstanding customer service is only a click away. So shop LeisurePro.com with the best price match guarantee and get the products you want fast. This edition of ScubaNation is brought to you by Ocean Reef, underwater, naturally. Uzi Amphibious Gear, Reef Safe, scientifically proven non-toxic to corals and sea life. Welcome back, folks. We're treasure diving with Mel Fisher Treasures.
You know, finding treasure is one thing, that's hard enough. But getting it ready for the investors to take home is another. They take great care of every artifact that is removed from the salvage site. From gold to iron spikes, they go through the great diligence to restore these artifacts for maximum financial and historical value.
We're here in the conservation lab. This is where all the artifacts are brought in. When they come off the ship, they bring them over here and turn them over to our conservator, John Corcoran. And then John logs everything in, and him and Sandy keeps track of it all. Sandy Kavanaugh's our curator. So they got to handle everything throughout the year. They clean it, conserve it. Some things take a long time, you know. Like the gold and emeralds, they're easy. You just rinse them off and you're done. We bring up everything, you know, from the wreck. So even like the nails, they're exciting. You know, it doesn't have to be gold and silver. When you're the first person to see something, even a nail, after 300 or 400 years, you get tingles. But the nails take a lot longer to treat than gold or silver. You know, like John will have to work on a nail for 2 or 3 months maybe.
Now the silver coins, like the ones that Billy C and I found a couple years back, they don't look like that underwater. They develop and build up a crust of black sediment with little white flakes. They call it an Oreo cookie. And it takes some work back in the restoration lab to get them looking like this so you can place them around your neck. But gold and emeralds look just like they found when they sank over 400 years ago.
We bring it all up and make it all as good as possible. You know, it's really important to do this conservation. Every day these items sit out in the ocean, they deteriorate more and more. So the sooner we can bring it up and preserve it, the more there is to save. All throughout the week, you know, during division week, we have trips going out. If some of the investors want to go out and dive and look for treasure, or if they want to go out and sift for emeralds, they can do that also. So they enjoy that a lot too.
It was just the excitement of going out on the boat and knowing that, you know, if you find something that nobody's touched it in over the 400 plus years. And I found this emerald that I have. I also found 2 other ones that I've had into necklaces. And it's just exciting to tell people, you know, they look at it and say, oh, you know, how did you get that?
The process starts by lowering what they call mailboxes into the water. These take the prop wash and point it down to clear a hole in the sand about 25 feet wide by 5 feet deep. Then the salvage divers enter the water with the metal detectors and the game is afoot.
Man, there's just something romantic about jumping off the deer or the magruder and looking for treasure. I've been doing this now for the past 5 seasons, and every time I make that deep plunge off the side of that boat, you never know what you're gonna find. And the quest to find something that's 400 years old never gets old.
It's time for another installment of ScubaNation's Institute for Advanced Underwater Studies. Treasure Diving 101. You want to position yourself a couple feet in front of the salvage diver with the metal detector. Why? Well, if that metal detector hasn't found anything, odds are you're not going to either. Turn over every rock you come across. Leave no stone unturned. Shine a flashlight in every crevice. The light just might reflect off something shiny that you might miss otherwise. Also sink your hands into the sand and flip it over. With your fingers spread open, you will increase your chances of feeling something below, or even better, snag a gold chain or a ring. Be diligent. Always carry the attitude that today is the day. You never know.
You know what? There is such romance in treasure hunting, and I don't think that ever gets old. And watching these investors during division week at Mel Fisher's, they have unbridled enthusiasm and optimism. And I think that is the key for treasure hunting.
Today's the day.
Yeah.
Today is the day. Eventually they'll find it.
Yep.
If it was easy, everybody'd be treasure hunters.
For Mitch, I'm Billy C. One Nation Underwater, ScubaNation, baby.
Heck, I even you know, respect this guy because he's a Cardinal fan.
Okay. Did a bird just crap on me?
And we're rolling.
He already looks enthused. Not these 2 knuckleheads again. He's already like, who invited these guys? Oh my God.
What brought you to it?
My wife passed out on the floor in here, literally.
You know what, Billy C? There is so much great diving here in Fort Lauderdale, but they also have this awesome annual event called the Riptide Music Festival.
Oh my God, when some of our favorite bands are here, it's alternative, tomorrow's like oldies, but guys, we're literally on the beach.
Hello, sunny.
It's a sunny day.
crowd's waiting. Silver Sun pickups coming up next.
With over 20 Shipyard and Sea Dog beers, it's easy to find the right brew for any taste. Now it's even easier to find Shipyard in the restaurants, pubs, and retailers nearest you. Just go to shipyard.com and click on the Beer Finder link. Enter your zip code and see where you can enjoy or purchase Shipyard beer. Shipyard and Sea Dog beers, born in Maine and brewed in Florida.
Dive the Atocha with Mel Fisher's Expedition in Key West. Be a treasure hunter and dive the active wreck site of the richest Spanish galleon ever discovered. Mel Fisher and his crew discovered the mother lode in 1985. Today, the search continues for the remaining hundreds of millions of dollars in cargo. The Fisher family now invites you to learn proper salvage techniques from the world's greatest treasure hunters. Join us for the adventure of a lifetime. Today's the day.
At Sea Life, we know why you dive. You can capture your experience with ease. Sea Life's Micro 2.0 is easy to use, the sealed camera is flood-proof, and the results are amazing. Make your encounter with Sea Life.